welcome y'all back to That's What I'm Saying, the TV show about hip hop, entertainment, dating, sex, relationships, and social issues from a sometimes ratchet but mostly woke perspective. So listen and subscribe to That's What I'm Saying. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify, pretty much wherever you listen to your podcast, you can listen to us. Also, watch That's What I'm Saying, the TV show, weekdays on Island TV or on the Island TV app. We got new episodes coming. Follow us on Instagram at TwistPod. So I'm Shaun.
And I'm Shatara.
Hey, sister. How you doing?
Girl. I'm good, sister. How are you?
It's so good. You sound like sunshine. Y'all got sun over there?
We do have sun. Hold on, MFer. Don't you mess with us. Don't you mess with us. We had a little drizzle rain, but we have sun. I don't know. It's about 50 degrees out. I think spring is trying to come in. I just had a nice cup of coffee. And, you know, for the coffee people out there, coffee is like a moment when you have your coffee. So I feel great. Check me in like 3 hours when I'm dragging.
Wait, I tell you, it's so funny because all of y'all drink coffee. Like all my sisters drink coffee. I don't drink coffee like that.
We don't play.
So remember, did I tell you that time I drank? I was like, okay, let me just try let me have a little bit of coffee. I was up for 3 days.
And you know what I said? My response was, where'd you get that from? I wanted a cup of what you had. Where is it? Nothing scared me away from it. Ooh, where? Do you have that in the house? I want some of that.
Everybody jokes so because I like if I'm gonna drink coffee, it's gonna be the little packets, like
Girl,
a little
buy them little bullshit Folgers, cocaine packs that you kind of tap into a cup from the hotel.
Yes.
Go ahead with your little prescription coffee.
Real coffee, but that was the word. It was like being trapped in my body for 3 days. Like I'm high, and I didn't even take any drugs. All I drank was that coffee.
You were tripping. You were tripping off of coffee.
I need it. It was scary. I was shaking and everything. Like,
oh my God. You were like Smokey in the cage. Only your mother could come get you.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible. I don't know. I was trying to read books. I couldn't go to sleep. I could not go to sleep. No, it was not the best. That Folgers, whatever that was.
No, you had somebody spiked you good. Let me tell you.
I spiked me good.
You spiked me good. I was working somewhere once upon a time, and that coffee had me so good where by the time my heart started to race and it really got in my system, I felt like I could jog to Philadelphia. Like, no joke, I felt like, I could probably go through Easy Pass, take the turnpike all the way. Like, I was thinking about how I could jog to Philadelphia. That's how good that coffee. That's the whole objective of coffee. We want to get an energy rush. We want to get a vroom vroom feeling in our soul. Same thing with alcohol. Nobody's sipping on alcohol. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a Henny drinker. You're not drinking that stuff just to be. You want to get tipsy.
I can do orange juice and pretty much get the same.
Get a little energy. Okay, yeah, that's good. True.
Vitamin C. Juice. No, I don't. Me and coffee is.
But you like frappuccinos. You like Starbucks. Those caramel macchiato.
Yeah, because they taste like milkshakes.
Those are delicious. But that's caffeine too.
But even that, it's too much. It's too much. So yeah.
For all the black coffee drinkers, y'all are thugs. Those are true thugs. That is like I don't have a jail record, but I'm a thug. Like, how you want your coffee black? Like, oh shit,
with nothing.
Criminal, you damn criminal.
Anyway, we gotta move forward. Okay, so not my thing. What do we call this episode?
You don't want to talk about coffee no more?
No.
Okay, I'm messing with you. We are calling this episode Queen Sugar Mama.
Okay, and
let me be. I got to be your sugar mama.
So we gotta give respect due to the Queen Sugar Mama, Erykah Badu. So remember, she was dating this guy, Jaron. I don't know what his rap name is, but
secret.
It's my little secret. 27-year-old Jaron, and I think Erykah is 51. Is she 51?
51, hunty.
Yeah. So they were dating for a while. Remember, they had. they was Instagram official because they had the matching striped shirt. They had their
matching beanies
gear on. Like when you go to.
Yep, you got your little matching airbrush shirts. Yep, with your hearts on it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. They had the little matching gear on. Was taking little pictures. Well, anyway.
Wow.
They broke up. So she had even bought a house. They was living. She bought a house so they could live in and whatever. So they broke up. So she has decided to support him until he gets on his feet, with his rap career. So she's going to pay all his bills. I don't know if she's going to let him live in the house or not. But yeah, she's providing financial support. So he gets a little severance package for about 2 months.
Oh, that is just, Now I heard Erykah Badu got some crazy. She got some crazy nana
Well, she
because
says it's not in between her legs. It's like in her head. Like,
she
and
be
I get
mind
it.
effing him. She be mind
Hmm.
effing him. But every Common said he was like going through withdrawals when he broke up with her. Night sweats. Andre 3000 said that he was a mess. Like for the ones who was with her, she really got them wrapped up real tight. So and she's quiet about it. Erykah Badu is not a big blah 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 mouth because I
Mm.
didn't really know
Hmm.
she was with 20. You know what I mean? She wasn't on carpets with him. She wasn't. And 27 is young Erykah for 51 because if I'm not to be mistaken, you probably have a daughter
I think her
close
daughter
to,
is. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
her daughter looks just like her, gorgeous, like
Hmm.
just like her. But she told, what's his name, Jerron?
Hmm.
Not you
Yeah,
better
we know. Hmm. Jerron.
get your bags. What how she tell Tyrone? Get your shit, but check your cash app. I left you a little something. Remix. Put that on a beat. I'm gonna help you get on your feet.
Ciao. Mm.
Check your cash app. Check
Mm.
it. She really is paying a bill. She paid and paid for Bob Bill. Remember the song? She paid for all the homeboys way. And your homeboys way. It's sometime your cousin's way. I was like, now she
Mhm.
paying for a lot of people
She everybody.
to be
Hmm.
coming out. So they probably was like, yo, Erica's coming. Everybody get in the truck. You were treating. And so yeah,
Oh man. I mean, but I mean that's it's a little bit of queendom, but would I do that? I don't that's a bit much.
it's so generous. Like that means like, when people really break up and what's the term? It's a legal term when it's all very nice and calm and cool and everybody's
Amicable.
amicable. Amicable.
Hmm.
I
I
like that
mean
word.
it's
It's fun to
amicable.
say.
Mhm.
Amicable. It was one of those type of breaks ups. It because they like I'm Pootie Tang. I can't even talk. Hobba beeba bobba beeba. They had a nice little smooth breakup. It was clearly because she's like, I'm gonna help you out. Like, there's no beef here. And she looks at life like, tomorrow ain't promised. So, where I'm taking all this money, like I
How
have
you know
enough to
she said
share.
all that?
Because
What is that?
because
Where you
why
get
else?
that
Because
from?
why else would you give somebody you're not married to, but you were in love with? Why would you
A
give them?
severance package?
Yeah, why would you give them a little something, even to help them out? Like, why would you? Because you have a generous heart.
Okay. I
Makes
mean,
sense,
I guess,
right?
yeah, I guess. I mean, I
I
guess.
can come up with another story. He put a gun to her head and was like, "You better cash at me now," but I don't
Mm,
want to go there.
right. I don't think that's what it was. I mean, I
No.
guess it's nice. I guess. I mean, she paying for that. She got it like that, obviously. So she's paying for it. But I mean, I never heard of a severance package after you break up with somebody unless it's court ordered.
Right, because then they weren't technically they weren't married and they had no kids, but
Right.
she
Yeah,
got the house.
he was pretty much almost half her age, just about.
And
You
she's
remember, she has a daughter, her daughter Puma with the DOC. Remember the DOC? It's the
yeah.
diggy diggy doctor.
Duh. Oh,
Mhm.
that was the first kid, right?
No, he's a Curry, right?
Is
Hmm.
that the first kid?
Yeah,
Oh,
her daughter, right? Because then she had. Wait a minute. Yeah. Oh, hold on.
she did have she had 7 with Andre 3000.
Right, but I think Seven is younger than.
Yes,
Oh
Puma
no, he's not. No, he's
girl.
not. He's 25.
Oh,
She's been in the
so
game.
she's on some Jada Pinkett, August Alsina.
She says, "I've been in this."
It made me an
There's
animal.
rules to this shit. So anyway, yeah. So you know
Wow.
what? Go ahead, Queen Sugar Mama Erica Badu. That's how you do it.
I
You
don't know
know.
about all that. I mean, if you got it and your heart is
Mhm.
generous, then that's a beautiful thing.
And
And
she's making an investment. That's I guess you could look at it. She making it as an
make sure you
investment.
own your master, sir. I'm sure she might be his manager. Let me be your manager. Play something these hoes will like. That's what she said.
Goodbye. Okay.
All right, Queen
Right.
Sugar Mama. I'll let you know when I turn 51 where I'm at in my life. We'll
Right.
revisit this because you know what I'm saying? I'll let you know where I'm at because life is funny like that. I don't want to say I'm against her. I'm for like I don't know where I'm going. So
This is true.
hopefully things will be good. But I'm gonna tell you who's going somewhere. That darn Rihanna. Did you see her the Super Bowl performance?
I
Did you
did
watch?
with all the little sperms. It was like 1,000 sperms on it.
Listen, I said the choreography was up. She had about, I started to count, it was over 100 dancers. And she was flying in the sky. And I said to myself, Rihanna better be pregnant. Because at first, it was all speculation. She better be for
I
all
think
this,
we
because
all had the same look on our face though.
like,
Like,
what is this? What is? And I was just thinking, and wait, one of my girlfriends said until she finds out whether or not Rihanna's pregnant, which she better be. She said, I'm not saying she had a good performance yet. She was like, I'm not even gonna say yet. She's if she's pregnant, then yes, that was good. But if that's not pregnant, she was like, no, that was no. Because I know that if you come out Super Bowl, it's a big deal. Your body's right. You got your Fenty glow bomb on and shit. Yeah, you about to be half naked. Shit, that's right. Cameras, let's roll. And that's how I knew. I said, oh yeah, she's pregnant. Yep, she's preggo.
yeah, I
So
think we
her
all had the same look. As the performance went on, everybody said the same thing. Like, she,
what Rihanna and
which
you know,
is
and
beautiful.
she's loving being a mother, and I think that's great that now the little boy, we can all see him with ASAP. Her and ASAP got a thing. They interviewed her father recently, and he said he found out about her pregnancy at the same time, the Super Bowl performance. He hasn't had a chance to really meet his son, and he said he's happy for her, and he hopes it's a girl, because he has two grandsons already, and he
Well,
was like
damn.
he said something about like he likes ASAP Rocky. He's a cool guy. He would like them to get married and make it official.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, oh,
And then it was a picture of him and his girlfriend, his partner, with her three gold teeth. Cheese.
oh.
Oh, oh. Hello, are you still there? Hello.
Oh,
Okay, welcome to Jamrock. So I said, you know what, sir?
okay. Go
Sir,
ahead.
Mr. Rihanna's father, and he still look like he's a cat daddy. I said, you know
He
what, sir?
does, right?
He
He
still look like
does.
I see, and he look him and Rihanna look. I mean, she looks like her dad very much,
He is
but
zaddy. He is a zaddy.
I said, oh, okay, I get it. I'm very proud. I'm very proud. So Riri's having another baby, and I just love to see, a lot of these artists who check out of celebrity and have lives. They have children. They have partners. I love to see that. Like, check out for a minute. And her attitude was, Fenty is really paying my bill. So hold on, let me put on this blush really quick in the middle of my performance to let y'all know my plug. And then
Hmm.
I'm back to the tapping my foot because I'm damn sure not dancing.
Yeah, I mean, she was pregnant,
I love
and
it.
I think it was a pretty good performance. I know, you hear people talking and like, oh, for Rihanna, it could have been sex, it could have been she should have did this, she should have did that, but
She
you
could have done
know
a
what?
lot.
Why? I mean, I think it was a good performance, considering
Yeah,
that she was probably 5, 6 months pregnant.
yeah. And they said
Did not
300.
wait. After they tell you you gotta wait. She obviously did not wait.
No, no. That's why they call him ASAP, because he got right back to it as
Hmm.
soon as possible. Stitches healed, and they were right back at it. And
I don't think the stitches heal.
not that they say, right away you're super fertile. That's why what is it, Irish twins? That's the term for it. One right
No,
behind the
Irish
other.
twins is when you have the babies with the same age. The father has two babies with two different women.
No,
That's Irish twins.
no. I thought it was when like one is right behind the other, and you're
Yeah, they
the
are,
same
but
age for a
they
hot
come from
minute,
different
but not with
mothers.
two different women.
Yeah, that's what makes them Irish twins. We got some Irish twins. Hello.
Well, when I see me and my sister, Chanel here, somebody called us Irish twins, and we're like, yeah, you guys are, almost the same age for a hot minute. You guys almost made it to being Irish twins.
Yeah, but the real Irish twin is comes from a different mother.
All right, well, I don't know Ireland like that,
My father
so
got father can have twins, but just not with the same
I'm a black twin. Forget it. I don't want to talk about Irish people no more. So
mother.
forget it. Rihanna saw a 390% boost in song sales after the Super Bowl halftime show.
Who?
But and then it was like she gained like an extra 5 million followers. And people are like, how does that happen? But who stole the show was the young lady who was doing her, you know, what I want to say,
Oh,
interpreting
the
the
sign
show,
language.
the sign
Yes,
language. They said
ESL.
she was
That was
rocking, she was
amazing. That was
jamming.
amazing.
Yeah, and they said like pretty much they enjoyed watching her more because she like stole the show. And
Well,
I
she
had
actually
her.
had some moves. She was actually doing stuff.
Yeah, well, you said she was doing stuff. Justina Miles, she was the interpreter, and she also interpreted Cheryl Lee's "Lift Every Voice and Sing" as well. So, and pretty girl, and they saw her and was like, "Oh, okay," but she had her own. She made interpretation look like something that was choreographed.
Hmm.
For a hot minute, I saw on the side, and I was like, "Oh, she's actually look, she's extra to the show."
I thought it was so cute. It
It's
was so
Rihanna's
good.
dancer. They said no, she's doing this. I was like, oh, I'm sorry,
Mhm,
my bad. My bad. Speaking of my bad, so Monique is going off on Sherry Shepherd and Kim Whitley for the backhanded compliment over the stellar performance that she had in this movie, The Reader, which I didn't see. The Reading? You said
Reading.
you saw it. I didn't
No, I
see
saw
it.
clips of it. I just saw Monique running like like it was the
Mhm.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something.
Oh, okay. All right. So Monique is I love Monique and I will say this right now. I look forward to working with her very soon. So I'm going to put that out there. And what Sherry Shepherd said. Now Sherry Shepherd has a talk show now and it's in place of the Wendy Williams show. She's not replacing Wendy, but she got that time slot. So
Okay,
how is
that
her show
sound like a
doing?
replacement to me.
Who you telling? And I like Kim Whitley too. She's so cute with her dimples. Kim Whitley is aging backwards too. She's looking fabulous. I will say that. But what was said was, she said she's a great actress, said Shepard, noting people often underestimate stars who transition from stand up to the big screen. Personality wise, she is always getting in trouble. Always. Shepard continues, if it's not with another comic, Dio Hughley, it is with the industry. Somebody. Um, yeah. And of course, Monique had to gather them up and she, made a comment, which I don't have her full spiel, but I know that at one point she had to, defend herself and get at DL Hughley's ass, if you remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And now, and she said basically like, Sherry, you didn't back me when it came to all that stuff, with Hollywood or whatever it was. And she was being blackballed. What I think is y'all better leave Monique alone. That's all I got.
Yeah, something there's sometimes I'm like, okay, Monique, you doing and you saying too much, but
Babies, the babies.
she's just so embattled. It's kind of. I do want to watch The Reading though.
Okay.
Natural Possession.
No, wait. Let me tell you where she's the bomb, though. And this is where, like, I have such a big respect for her. Just starting off as a stand up comic, I'm still watching the show The Parkers because it is still a great show. Mama! They are that show is so funny. And then just taking her acting career to the next level. And
Mm-hmm.
again, she's turned into a whole household name for me. And I'm seeing her progression. And when I see that now, she made it so far as to supposedly be blackballed. It's like she has to kind of like fight. Like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta
Yeah,
fight. And she just, to me, and again, this is just me. Sometimes I feel like she's just speaking up for herself. Cause like, who else
I
is gonna do it?
agree. I
But
agree.
when I saw her on BMF, when I tell you I was happy to see her, I was so happy to see her on BMF, and she was so funny. And she reminded me of Delarice in Harlem Nights. And she got on Meech and Terry, and she was like, "Y'all call us country over here in Atlanta." She said, "With y'all rat tails coming up the back of your neck, girl." She was riding them the whole episode.
Okay, don't tell me because I haven't seen all of it yet.
I was clapping my hands like, yes, that's it. She probably wrote that herself. Like, you know what? I got this. Like, don't even worry. I'm gonna write my own little. I got y'all asses. Oh, it was so funny. The rat
So
tail,
good.
who
The
growing
rat
some shit
tails.
out the back of your head.
And then when the scene just it'd be so funny because you can see it from the side. Be like, wait a minute,
Wait, I told you I
that
was
curly
out.
cue.
And a little, I told you I was out, and I seen this guy with a little braid, and I was like, okay, Terry Meach, and nobody knew what I was talking about, and I just looked around like, oh, nobody watched BMF. Oh, okay. Had nobody that time to come home and tell my husband, like, let me tell you what I saw today. I'm in my own world. Okay, okay, Terry Meach, I see
Oh
you.
man.
Keep it
Oh
to
man,
myself.
it's one of those. What's his name from The Last Dragon? It's one of them Last Dragon.
Leroy,
Leroy's Pony.
show enough. Shoot.
Okay.
Growing on the back of your head.
Oh
Like,
man,
who does that?
they do.
It is just, even if you just watch an episode just for her, it's so worth it.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. Okay, all
Mm-hmm.
right. Okay, so moving on. So, have you heard about this theory called the boyfriend heir? So basically, there is this hypothesis, there's this thing going around. TikTok always got something new going on. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a series of videos that these young women are posting, most of them of um the non-melanated persuasion,
Mm-hmm.
where they're
Mm-hmm.
saying that so basically it's the idea that when you sleep at your boyfriend's house,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like shit about yourself. Basically, your appearances just start going down at
Mm.
the more you stay over your boyfriend's house. So it's called the boyfriend air. So, there's a lot of different videos these women are posting. Like one, she says, it's like a little community that they have because they're talking about what actually happened so they don't feel like they're going crazy. So one girl, she says, I spent a lot of time this past summer at my boyfriend's apartment in New York, and I remember taking a full body shower and waking up the next morning and being like, I feel so dirty. And then she's talking about having to reapply deodorant, her skin is breaking out. Everybody's
Mm.
talking about different things that happen when they spend a lot of time in their
Mhm.
boyfriend air
Mhm.
around their
Look,
boyfriend.
makeup doesn't sit right anymore. Yeah,
So
her
they've
hair
been
was.
doing these before and afters. You can see, like, I'm like, okay, girl, I don't know what's going on. You just didn't wash your face today. So
Mm.
the hair's getting all greasy. One girl's like, my makeup just never looked right no matter how. It's like, what's going on? So this is a thing, evidently. What you
Hmm.
think?
Hmm. Hmm. I mean, even like reading and seeing one of the comments was like, my hair was getting greasy like crazy. I just know that's not a black woman because I'm like, well, shit, our hair greasy. That's a good thing. What you talking about? So, I don't have that in common with you. It's a cultural difference here. If my boyfriend has a nice place for me to like lay my head, that's always a bonus
Hmm.
because that we want to pack our overnight bag, ladies. That's what we want to do. We want to pack a little. We got our overnight bags ready, and everything is cute.
Hmm.
We got everything is cute. Our little makeup bag, cute. We got our toiletries, everything packed because we ready to spend the night. You heard me? Spend the
Hmm.
night.
Spend the night bag with your spend the night bag.
We ready to spend a night bag. I got my scarf. I have my little trial size deodorant.
Hmm.
Damn it, I have my Spirit Airlines carry on bag, and I'm coming over. So, is my makeup not gonna sit right? Is all that gonna has it happened before? No, it's usually I'd rather be home, and I learned that even if you have a nice place, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably moving in a little bit. I probably started.
Just you.
I moved in a little bit. I got a key. My nephew's gonna be here this weekend, and I know you have a pool, so we're gonna be there. Thank you. I have some tricks up my sleeve. if, if you have a nice, if everything is nice and decent, yeah. I thank you so much for having me. I'll even clean up and I'll put things away. I like it. I'm that. That's who I am. Got to
Okay.
rearrange, but the boyfriend air, nah. Because
No, I think it's a real thing. I think it's two reasons for it
tell
that
me,
kind of was we saying. So one, I'm just going back to my spend a night bag
uh
days.
huh, uh huh,
When you look, I think everybody has kind of been through that. When you go to the house or whatever is not as clean as it could be. You go to
okay.
the bathroom. I'm like, I gotta wear my shoes to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
never
yeah.
coming back over here.
I had a
He might have
flashback.
never done wash his sheets. It's kind of that, like with the environment that some of these men, young men, keeping is probably like unsanitary. So yeah, it's gonna affect your skin. And then it has me thinking about, there are some women where when they just it's the I guess the hormones, it doesn't match. Like
Hmm.
I've actually known a woman who was she was allergic to his sperm, his semen, the semen. It's just certain things like your body just don't vibe. So in the environment, and another thing I think is, like when you get a little comfortable in your little situation, and then yeah, I might go to hot yoga 5 days a week, but me and him is loving up on each other. I don't have time for all of that too much. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of not letting go, but I think that's what kind of happens. Like you get kind of comfortable, so you're not doing the things that you would normally do. You know what
Your
I mean?
routine. Yeah.
Like you're not
Yeah.
putting it
Yeah.
on like you normally would put on. So yeah, when you look in the mirror, things might look a little different. That's what I'm thinking also.
Okay. Kind of like you gotta like go to work from his house, so your usual stuff you don't have because you're not at home.
Yeah, or just like, you know what? I'm home. I know I got my big 5 gallon container of water. I fill my water up. I got my little routine. But if I'm
Mm-hmm.
over at his house and he got soda and Hennessy,
Mm,
then I
mm.
where's my water? Just little things
Well,
like that.
that's why Erykah Badu moved her young man in.
Probably so.
Hello. She was like, "Cause honey, we have to get rid of this Hennessy and soda." Because I
The
need to
whole
wake up in
home.
my house. I found
Yep.
that over the years, I liked my space in my house, and I liked living alone, and I really I prefer waking up at home. So a lot of like get-togethers, in terms of dating and even just hanging out, it'd be like you can come here. I made my house was very cozy, and I loved being home. And dudes had the same like this nice like yeah you want a blanket like let's cozy on up. very, tidy. And I prefer waking up at home. And that's just how I used to feel. Like if we about to get twisted, whatever we're going to go out, party. When I come back, I want to go home. Now, there was one time, I will tell you this, a gentleman was always talking about like making me breakfast. Like, you always talk about breakfast. I want to make you breakfast one morning, blah, blah, blah. So we went out and we would always have a great time being out. And
Mhm.
I just decided to be spontaneous. Said, you know what? This time I'm coming home with you. You always talk about this breakfast. You know what? You got me. I just kind of just was spontaneous.
Mhm.
I'll come with you. Of all things, I had my scarf wrapped up in my purse and was like, it's just gonna be a night. When I tell you that I Ubered my ass home at 4:47 in the morning,
Why?
things were just not in place. Things were not, you know what I'm saying? It was just one of those like, did you hear that? Like, is there something or someone else in this room? Like, like you say you want to keep your shoes on when you go to the bathroom? I was like, and then I had to really like let it be known, like, hey, listen, I don't know, and I'm not saying that I'm Queen of Sheba, but the caliber woman I
Sir,
am, the least you could have
cannot
done
be.
was you could have said, this is not a good time for you to come over. Like, I got to do some. It's beyond spring cleaning. Like, I need to put on rubber gloves. You know what I'm saying? Like, put a face mask on, a hazmat suit, and I really got to clean my place. Like, it was like that. Like, you got a lot of motherfucking nerve. Look, now I'm getting mad. And you thought this was, I'm not falling asleep. Like, you thought I was going to be able to fall asleep. I can't sleep. This is a nightmare. I'm getting out of here. Why is Uber not answering my call? Oh my God.
Oh my
Dude was
goodness.
knocked out snoring. I left. And
Yeah.
that was the end of it. That was the end of it. Nice person, but nope. So you're right. You just wake up at home. Don't do it.
Yeah, boyfriend air. Mm-mm.
Oh, I'll never forget that. Never. Here I go. Guess what? I'm thinking that I come back to your place and that breakfast you always talk about. I'm thinking that maybe we can make that happen.
I was wondering.
All right, looking like all right, like like and
And that was his cue to say, like, you know what? My place is not in top shape. Let's cancel. But you know how men don't be thinking like
yeah,
that.
they don't. They think about the cat. Like, you've seen my level of cleanliness, so you should know. Like, you know what? She ain't playing that. Like, it's beyond like just because you don't have dishes in your sink. You get like, come on, come. I was like,
Yeah, I've been in those situations. Be like, oh, come on.
yeah, right. Like, this is not the gas station on the side of the road, but it's giving me those vibes.
Why? Why are we doing this? Why?
Right. Yeah. And then, like I said, some gentlemen are super tidy. And I just be like, if a man has a house like Marcus from Boomerang, that's why
Uh-huh.
that's why Marcus was bringing ladies over and he was getting coochie like crazy. Y'all don't know. It was his house. He turned on the fireplace. You know what I'm saying? That shit was
You
dope.
you are correct. I'm telling you, because ain't nothing like going someplace and that you comfortable.
Whoop, whoop.
Man,
I told you I move in.
do I need to go back home? Do I need to can I just I'm just asking. Let me figure
I
something
just
out.
I just left my toothbrush over there by the couch. That was by accident, but should I leave it there though?
I left a change of panties in the drawer just in case.
Yo, there was this one guy, he had a really, really nice, tidy place. And I found out that he was fucking with other chicks because another chick would always leave her toiletries in like little secret places. Wait. And how about I would use it? And I almost left her note like, bitch, we got to get the pink oil together. We can work together. Like, clearly you was here last Tuesday, girl. Like, this Sheen is a good little Sheen. She kept like little. She would like put them in like little places, and to the point where it was like, girl, I'm using your shit. So, do you need me to leave you a little Dove bar? Like, what do you prefer? Because I'll tuck you in a little something around here too. This hide and go seek shit is great. This is
What kind of
fun.
body wash you like? Cause
Yeah, she was using Suave, and I was like, no, 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 no. I use see. I'm trying to Suave. It was some pink oil Sheen she would leave. I remember she left like a little bag of like
oh man,
tissues.
that is so funny.
Yeah, we had a little game going on there. I was like, well, she good. Oh, this girl good. Okay, well, let me see. What am I going to leave next? I was looking like, maybe I'll leave a pen. I was like, she
Oh,
leave
too
me something,
funny.
I'll leave her something. Yeah, good times. All right.
All right, so moving on real quick. I just want to mention. So Kim Zolciak, you remember from the Real Atlanta Housewives? Is it Real Atlanta Housewives? Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
She was a token white girl. She was the only white girl, which I kind of liked her in the beginning, but then she kind of I don't know. She got a
Kim
little too
was
much.
don't be tardy to the party.
Don't be tardy to the party.
Oh, what?
Don't
Now
be
what?
tardy to the well. Um, her home is in foreclosure. After she done
Oh,
said it wasn't, but
mm,
the bank
mm,
Truist Bank is gonna auction it off in on the Georgia courthouse steps. So
mm,
it's six almost 7,000 square feet, and I think she owes the bank is it $1.6 million? Something ridiculous. So, but never fear because if you go to her website, beermancloset.com, she is
mm,
selling all the stuff from her closet. It's a little
Kim's
pricey,
Closet.
that's me, but Kim's Closet is up for sale. So look, she's it's a rent party, y'all, except
Wait,
for a 1.8 million dollar
it's
mansion.
a wow. So she's really having like an estate sale
I guess
online.
so. Yeah.
Wait, but did she I remember you put me on and told me like years ago, you like, she wears wigs.
Yeah, and all her wigs are up for sale, and they're expensive. I just want to let y'all know her wigs is like $1,500 and up that she's selling, but she's selling pretty much all her wigs, like 40 something wigs up there on the site.
That is so crazy. Because you know what? When you
Mhm.
really look at the bigger picture to all this right here, you get these reality shows, and clearly there's money to be made, and then you end up living another lifestyle, so to speak.
Mhm.
And then over time, your lifestyle isn't keeping up with the money coming in. It's not all matching. Like, you're really not private jetting, although you want us to believe that. To gas up a private jet is not cheap. To have you're not flying private all the time. You better get the Spirit. Somebody should have really said, way before that, like, hey, listen, the money is starting to drain, so certain things you got to cut
Mhm.
back on. And even if it's just downsizing so the public doesn't have to really get hold of all this, there was a way to go about this a long time ago.
Something could have happened, but
I'm guessing.
good luck, Kim, because
Ooh, don't let Mimi get a hold of this. Oh, Mimi be ready. And they were best friends once upon a time. But
at
when
one
Mimi can
time, yeah.
dig,
Hmm.
Mimi be ready for her. Oh, Mimi with her new
Yep,
nose.
she's selling her
Girl.
clothes and her wigs, right? Okay, Kim. Okay, all right, moving on.
Hmm.
I think we have some. We need to get. We really need to get woke.
Okay, can I just mention
Go ahead.
really quick? The 50 greatest rappers of all time. The Billboard has put up their 2023 list,
Oh, okay.
and I went to check out the top 50 ranking. And when they go from 50 and down, I couldn't get to everybody, but I did see Ice T and come back. Hey, come back. You get back over here. Ice T, Ice Cube, MC Light. They were like, ranking, somewhere in the 50s, 40s. DJ Cool Herc, you go on. But number one is the GOAT, Jay-Z.
I agree. I kind of agree.
Okay. So they judge, people just think like it's rapping lyrics, but they're looking at your whole body of work and achievement. So your charted singles, your albums, your gold, your platinum certifications, your cultural impact and influence, your hip hop genre evolution, your longevity, your lyrics, and your flow. Like, there's so much to take into account there. And
I want
Kanye
to know
is,
who voted on this. That's what I want to know. How
well,
did
yeah,
they?
I don't really, okay, so let me real quick. So you got Jay-Z's number one, Kendrick Lamar is number two,
I don't agree.
Nas is number three,
Hmm.
Tupac is number four.
Okay.
Eminem is number
I
five.
don't agree.
The Notorious B.I.G. is number six. Lil Wayne is number seven. Drake is number eight. Snoop Dogg is number nine. And Nicki Minaj is 10.
I don't agree.
Where is Jadakiss in here?
Pretty much. I don't agree. But okay.
Okay.
And you gotta ask who's voting. Like, I get it, but like that's a tough one. I don't know why Eminem is in the top 10. And honestly, I don't Snoop Dogg is hanging on by a thread, but I don't know why Nicki Minaj is in the top 10 either.
Now, if we're looking at like
And
the
Kendrick
impact,
Lamar shouldn't be number two. Maybe he's, bring him. I don't even know.
because
Maybe he's
we the people on Twist Pod, we want Jay Z, Biggie, and Nas,
pretty
and
much. That's the top
right.
three, and then I don't really care what you do after that.
You know what I'm saying? And as
You rock
much as
the
I
floor.
love Tupac, How Do You Want It? Like,
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't,
And Drake, I'll give Drake a standing up there in top 10, but I
no,
don't.
but you know what? Then if you're gonna give Drake up there, then you might as well put Kanye back in there.
Well, I don't know how Kendrick Lamar. Okay, let me be quiet.
Kendrick spits. I'm like,
He does, but I don't top 10
well,
of all
listen, but
time,
50 Cent is number 17, and Dr. Dre is number 40. And then you
which
have
I think
Andre
is
3000, and you
kind of
have Rakim and
correct.
LL Cool J. And Big Daddy Kane is number 20.
I don't know how Andre 3000 got to be ranked higher than 50 Cent. Sorry. Okay, let me see.
Really?
Okay, I
I
might.
see that. I see that. No, I definitely see that. For 50? Oh, come on.
You do?
Mhm.
Okay. Mm, I'm just
Hurry,
fighting.
hurry, get to the altar. Yeah. Mhm.
Um,
Southern playalistic Cadillac funky music. Yeah, I can see that.
no, I can't.
All right. See, so
See, woo, woo,
this is a good
great
topic.
one.
We got to get back to this because
Yeah,
it's the
and
whole 50
Kanye should have been the
at
old
least.
Kanye should have been up there, definitely. And Jadakiss.
And
That
yes, and
definitely.
how is Nicki Minaj over Jada? And Nicki, I think I think yeah, she deserves it. She deserves to be on the list. Put it like that. She deserves to be on the list.
Mhm. And she is she the only female? Yeah. Damn.
Right? This is juicy.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm all about the ratchet, and this really caught my ear. Nia Long has a clip of an old interview, and she says that she dated a 30-year-old man when she was in high school. And she said, I wasn't the girl that ever went to prom. Like, my boyfriend was 30 when I was in high school. And she elaborated saying that her mom was an artist and her mom allowed her to date the older man as a way to find herself.
Woo.
And she says, like, my mother was crazy, but I mean that in a good way. Like, she was an artist. She was like, well, if that's who you love, baby, then, like, go ahead and, find yourself. So,
Mm.
some people are like, that's gross. And some people are like, okay. She's like, he was good, he was kind, he did it the right way, he asked her mom for permission, he was a man from Oman, which he's from the Middle East, Muslim. So and then he was a hairstylist, and he taught her how to put on makeup. Hello, are you still there?
I'm here. I'm listening.
And
I'm here.
taught her about facial care and stuff like that. He taught me how to do my own hair and makeup, so I got that. Yeah. So people are criticizing her mom, for being, for condoning the pedophilia, so to speak. And
Oof.
some
This
people
is
are
a
like,
tough
how does she
one.
what's it now?
Yeah, I'm just, I'm like, I think for somebody that kind of grew up in that era, like it was kind of a little bit of a different time. Cause I even think, for
Yep.
myself,
Yeah.
you remember, my boyfriend that I took to the prom, I remember me and him had this conversation. The first time it was
Mm.
ever became, because he was in his 20s.
It's juicy.
You
Hmm.
remember? And he was like, like basically, I'm too old to go to prom. I was like, no, you're not. But then I think about like, yeah, he was a
I
little.
wouldn't know. I'm younger than you.
Oh, huh?
She's like, remember? I'm like, I don't.
You do remember. I'm
I
just
don't know
saying.
him to be
So,
older. I wouldn't have known
but
that.
it was kind of, I just remember it was more of, an era of time where that was kind of condoned. I remember, at high school, and who used to come up to the high school all the time. It was like Ed OG and the Bulldogs. And now I look back, I'm like, they were grown ass men coming to hang out with these high school girls.
I have some stories on some people in the industry that were really sniffing behind the high school girls, and I'm not even going to bother to name drop, but they were there. It was relevant. I didn't feel like I'm in high school. He won't look my way. Like, I never felt like, if I really wanted to pull a grown man, I couldn't. I never felt that way. Did I?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Did
They
I feel like,
they
oh,
was
it's
sniffing
wrong?
around. I know you're talking about like they was.
There was plenty.
Mhm.
Like I'm 16. Like, all right.
Yeah, I
Um.
was like, I'm just, yep.
Yeah. And so in this, I'm
Here we go. We kind of stuck over here, like,
I'm like, he was 30, So that's terrible on one sense, but in the other sense, I do believe that men have different minds. So like he was 30, but really he was probably like 20. He was like right on her level
he wasn't even 20. I mean, yeah, if she was
in
15,
dog years.
16,
In dog
and dog,
years.
right.
That's
I
how I
mean,
look at
he was
men.
probably, and then he was a foreigner, and they got a whole nother thing going on. But
Yes. Yeah.
I think for today, we talking about today's times. That's nasty. It's nasty. Because
But if that's the case, if this is the case and this was okay, then something like this would be like, well, go get the keys and get R. Kelly out because it was really okay. Like everything he was doing, like it was really okay then. Like
yes,
what are we all mad
yes.
about? Like it was okay. What's the big deal? That's what she's pretty much, condoning, I think, the
I don't
young
think she's
girls doing.
condoning it. I think I wish I had heard the whole interview, but I think
Hmm.
it's more like that was the time, and she has no regrets. And you said her mother was crazy, but he went to her mother and
Ask for
woo,
permission. I
man, mm.
But
Wow.
now, would I want my daughter, if a 30-year-old man rolled up in my house and was like, I'm in love with your daughter, and she's in high school, I'm looking at him like, so you mean to tell me you haven't rubbed shoulders with no other woman your age who's feeling you?
Ugh.
Like, then there's something there to it.
Mhm.
And I do have to say that sometimes men are mentally delayed, and I'm not saying clinically delayed. I'm saying, like, I'm using the term dog years.
Mhm.
So a lot of times I can understand, like, the show I was watching, they had to remind the man. He's like, my daughter's 16. This guy is 19. They're like, sir, that's not illegal. Like, technically in Jersey, 16, she's legal. So I think a lot of older dudes do feel themselves to be clicking with younger girls. That's what I think.
Mhm.
That and
Ugh.
I'm guilty of that because I know I can go back into my I can go back in
Your
my file
catalog.
cabinet, and I'd be like, wait a minute, he he had no business trying to teach me and then I just feel like, I've mother has lived. Like, yeah, I've lived. So yeah, and then usually it's the person who has, their own place, but it's really like a studio in their mother's house. And
Mhm.
you being younger, it's like you're like, yeah, he got his own place, he got a car, and because you're younger, you're taken back by it. Whereas he's not gonna get with the girl his age because she's not impressed with that shit. That's what it is.
Mhm.
So that's why the younger ones are a little bit more, they don't gotta do too much.
Child. Mm.
But she wasn't going to the prom. That was like me. I'm like, I'm not going to the dance. I'm going to Puffy Cancun with my sister, my older sister, my fake ID. I cross my fingers, hoping that they don't check my ID out with many men, many a nights, not being old enough to drink. So I'm guilty of that.
Mm.
That's
This
a whole
I
nother
don't know if we
story.
should be laughing, but yeah, it was a time. Boy,
It
we had
was
a
good
time last
times.
night. We had
We
a
had go on, Nia Long. I'm Nia Long.
mm.
That's what she said to Kanye. Remember? He was like, "I know who you are." I gotta testify. Run up in the place. That was a song. Yeah, I like Nia Long still.
I
That was an
do.
old interview too.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Anyway, do we want to get to
Mm.
woke, or you want to mention Jim Jones?
Can we are we ever gonna get to vote?
No, don't you get it? I had my coffee.
Go ahead. You want to mention Jim Jones? Go ahead.
I'm already woke. Jim Jones and Mayor Adams are backing each other for the dance revolution in New York City. Who cares? Jim Jones is applauding New York City Mayor Eric Adams,
Woo,
who was
Harlem
a
Shakes and chicken noodle soups and the Dougie for everybody.
I had to, yep, I had to put that in. What? I just looked, I was like, oh, let
Lean
me see,
back
what are the
for all of
dances?
y'all.
And I'm going to be there doing the Roger Rabbit, the Lean With It, Rock With It, the WAP, the Dougie, and they're going to be like, excuse me,
The
old
Running Man.
school.
I'll be out there with the Running Man.
I'm going to be doing all those dances. So, they're like, we're going to call Mano to represent Brooklyn and Fabulous. We're going to call Cardi B and Fat Joe for the Bronx, Nas and Nori to lead the Queens. And I have a feeling they're going to look at the phone and be like, we're not doing none of that. We're not
That's
coming.
cute. It's cute.
But it's a big dance off. And the dances are not what they used to be. So it's going to be a lot of let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Oh, I can imagine, but it's
Mm,
going to be a big deal. I'm looking forward to what it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of TikTok competition.
mm,
Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup.
mm,
You know
mm,
that?
mm. Yeah, I do.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right, let's wake up just a little. Let's come to it.
Okay.
All right, what do you got? Anything? Or you want me to wait? You want me to
Go
wake
for it.
up? Okay, well.
Mm-hmm.
So this is very interesting. I'm always the person who I'm not a conspiracy theorist per se, but I always question, when everybody's looking up, I'm all, that means you got to look down. So, the balloons over China. I know everyone has kind of heard about these unidentified flying objects. It was supposedly these big balloons that were floating over Canada and Michigan and Alaska. So our military, we sent U.S. fighter jets to shoot down these high
Mm-hmm.
altitude objects
Mm-hmm.
out of Alaska, Michigan, and Canada. Canada. So China admitted to the first one, and they basically said, "Yeah, it's not for spying." They were sending it over to I don't know, monitor the weather or something, non
Threatening.
nefarious. So, and then another theory was that these were Pico balloons. So Pico is basically this company that. So I mean, it kind of opened me up to there's these balloon enthusiasts, so they send
Mhm.
out like these blimps, and over time, and you could buy one online for like $12. So supposedly our US Air Force sent a $400,000 missile to shoot this $12 balloon out of the sky.
Mm,
So
mm,
funny to
mm,
me.
mm,
So there's this a group called Project Bottle Cap Balloon Brigade. So they're basically which the bottle cap is then it's a remember the movie Up, the
yeah,
Disney
that
movie Up.
yep.
So yeah, it comes from
Mhm.
that. So they're balloon enthusiasts. So they send out balloons to like test air temperature and do all this stuff. So they're saying like maybe it might be one of their balloons because one of their balloons is missing.
Mhm.
Very very interesting. So the US government is saying that these balloons are not, for spying or anything. And y'all's president, good old Joe, he
Mhm.
was quoted as saying that there's no evidence that these flying objects have been deployed for nefarious purposes. His quote is, "The intelligence community's current assessment is that these three objects were most likely balloons tied to private companies, recreation, or research institutions." That's what he said last week. However, the Pentagon released a statement and it said it basically has refused to rule out the possibility that these three unidentified flying objects, which were shot down with $400,000 missiles, um, are not alien in origin, or they basically declined to define what they were. So this put me into doing a little research, and everything we watch in the movies, it always like comes to light. So
Mhm.
there is Project Bluebeam, which is this conspiracy theory that was started by he's a journalist, Sergei Monstadt, who died of a heart attack back in 1994, supposedly. But his theory was that NASA
Mhm.
was coming together with the United Nations to put together this new world order. And that
Mhm.
this new world order would be, technologically advanced and kind of usher in a new religion, a new way of people kind of coming together. And the way that they would usher this new way of people coming together under this new world order is by like, faking alien visitations, doing all this
Mm.
stuff. So that's the theory. So I just thought it's very interesting. I mean, I don't know if you saw the news over the last couple of weeks. We've seen these
Mhm.
big blimp balloons, and no one can explain
Right.
where they're coming from or why they're coming. So, what do you think?
So, and I know we're being woke, but I have to say this. So you mean to tell me just we have $400,000 missiles that, just by chance, oh wait, shoot it down.
Hmm.
And you're telling me I still owe student loans? All right, we're going to stop there. I'm going to say it one more time. $400,000 in missiles and you worried about my $27,000? Okay.
Hmm.
Then it turns out that there's a possibility that these are just $12 balloons that they use to, measure temperature and pressure and humidity. And it's actually from, an ode to the Disney, movie Up. And we just happen to be like, and somebody's out there like, dude, you shot my balloon.
That's what
Pissed off.
you're saying.
And I mean, that's warfare. Like, what are we really doing? If you and I just feel like I just don't believe that. Like, no, I don't believe that. Like, no, I don't believe it. You're
What
just
don't you
trying to
believe?
distract me. I don't believe that it just happened to be a balloon that's used for like recreation. Um, I think there's more to it. There's more to it.
Hmm.
There's other things flying in the sky. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
I don't believe that we're just the only, living beings like,
And what's funny is
on
that
this
we
earth.
haven't found it. So they, I've seen pictures of they have these big deflated balloons. They kind of shot it down, but
Mhm,
whatever
mm-mm.
this missile shot down, they didn't find what it was. One of the at least the last one. So nothing has
No,
ever been recovered.
no,
That's
it
one
could
thing.
it could have been. It's an unidentified object. It could have been. Do you remember Granddaddy used to sit on
Mhm.
the terrace
I've
and
seen
watch the UFOs? Do you remember that?
all the time. I've seen them. I mean, there's no way you can tell me that there's no UFO. There's no
Yeah.
aliens out there with these you know, whatever jets or whatever they're flying around. Like I
Yeah,
saw one,
yeah.
honestly, I saw one recently, and I was standing in the Publix parking lot, and I
Uh-huh.
looked up, and
Uh-huh.
it was like a ball of fire, but it was
Mm.
standing still in the sky. And
Uh-huh.
I'm just looking up. No one saw it. I'm like, I'm watching it. It almost looked like an airplane on fire, but it wasn't moving.
Mm.
And then it just disappeared. So I mean, at this point, it just becomes so, not that you get used to it, but it's just like with all of the reports that are coming out,
Mm.
because there's so many now, and our government is not denying it. They have a whole, remember we did a podcast, and there's a whole US force in the government, a wing in the government dedicated to
Yes.
identifying
Hmm.
flying objects, unidentified flying objects, and researching it, and cataloging it. So it's not like it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So I just think that the fact that they're saying, oh, it's like these you know uh amateur
Mm-mm.
balloonists, and you're using jet fighters to
Exactly.
to
A missile, $400,000 missile like that.
blow
Like,
them up.
wasn't like you
Really?
shot it with your BB gun. Like, that's a lot of money to just be making a supposed mistake.
And there's no, and there's no fallout from it. You mean you haven't recovered anything? There's no debris, there's no nothing. And then they try to say, oh well, it was shot down over Lake Huron, that's in Michigan, or
Hmm.
so the terrain won't let them find the piece, whatever it was. Just, I don't know, it's always, I look at everything with a side eye, because it's
Oh yeah,
always a cover up or something.
they're only telling us like 30%. So you find your
I
other
mean, it was
70. Like,
worth, you couldn't. I mean, the easier way to me would have been, why don't you locate the Project Balloon Brigade people who sent it out in the first place,
hmm,
and ask them to bring it back in or something. Like, did you really need to send fighter jets out? Because that to
yeah,
me shows that you didn't know what it was, or you knew what it was, and it posed a threat.
they put a man on the moon, and people continue to fly to space. So they just sound, again, like, this just sounds a little hokey. Like, yeah, okay, if you say so. If you say so, if this is what you want to tell us, I think as a human being here on this earth, knowing what we know and having lived, to a certain point of time and seeing where the world is at now, we would be very selfish to think we're the only ones that are breathing on this earth, whether it be, outer space or here on this, like, you'd be very selfish just to think that. So I think they just gave us a little story and it was like, here you go.
Yeah, I think it's a little blip, a little cover up. Be like,
Hmm.
okay, like, oh yeah, China's like, yeah, yeah, that's ours. Did you see it? Yeah, it's ours. But I
That's
don't
it.
know.
That's an expensive mistake if that's the case,
Yeah,
right?
just, you mean to tell me I was like, yeah, $400,000 for a missile?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't be calling me for no student loans. Don't. Just don't. Stop. Matter of fact, let me turn my foot on ring. Let me turn my ring off right now.
Just in case the U.S. government calls you.
Right? Hey, hello. Because they're always listening. They're always listening. They listen to our podcast right now.
Pretty much, yeah, because
Hmm.
we got some theories going on. So yeah, so that is just an interesting bit of information. Just stay focused and look up in the sky, because there's something going on. Okay,
That's ironic.
all right.
Everybody saw it. Yeah, I saw the TikToks. Anyway, all
Mhm.
right. So, can we get to some D?
Yep, we at the weekend D.
All right.
You got it going on. I used to be scared of the dick. Now I throw lips to the shit. Handle it like a real bitch. Have the hunter. Janet Jack me. Take it in the bud. Yeah.
All right, so let me read this. It's a little wordy, but we're gonna get through it. Okay, so I had this guy friend that I met through a group at work. We talked for 4 hours the other night. It was great. I got to be myself the entire time. He recently told me he's interested in me, and he managed to book a flight to come take me on a date in a couple of weeks. Here's the dilemma. He's 38, divorced, and has 3 kids, one from a college fling at 16 years old, and twins from an 8-year marriage. I'm 24. I have no kids, very little dating experience or sexual experience. I feel intimidated with every interaction, but I really like him. He says he's fixed, doesn't want more kids, isn't looking for a partner to be a stepmom. He has great relationships with both mothers and says women don't stay long enough to see that he has no baby mama drama. And he claimed to be celibate and waiting for the right person. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I need some advice. Shatara.
Is he from Oman?
I don't know.
Is this Nia Long's younger self writing us? Um,
I don't know.
16. He has a 16-year-old. He has no, no. He had a kid when he was 16. Okay, okay. She's 20. Doesn't damn it to be 24. Shit, with no kids. That's a good time. Go on the date with him. When he says he's fixed and waiting for the right one, don't believe him.
Why?
Nope. Cause that's because just for the fact that you feel intimidated with every interaction, it just kind of shows that he already has the upper hand and he is an older man and he sees that in you. So he already has you tagged. That's how I look at it. Like, really? Like he's like, she's a little impressionable. I'm gonna take you on a date. Yeah, okay. And give you the D. That's what he's coming to do. Don't get it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he's fixed, that's an issue because let's say you're 24. Let's say you do want kids and he's already letting it be known. Like he's, how you fix and you being celibate. Like, okay, really? Did life really do your number like that, sir? Okay. So I'm like he's full of shit. Like I'm just reading, like to me, he's just full of shit. He's gonna come and sweep you off your feet and you're 24 and you're young. So I just say enjoy the ride. Just he's letting you know that he can't get you pregnant. That's all I heard. We can have a good time and I won't get you pregnant. Okay, come on down. Take me on a date. Let's go on this date. Let's have a good time. Put him in the cabinet.
Okay. I think he's 38. That's not that old. So he's fixed. He doesn't want
Okay.
to. It sounds like he doesn't want to have any more kids.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is new. They're not making life changing decisions with each other. So
Yeah.
if she's making it clear that this is just for fun, because she's like,
Mhm.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Well, right now you're 24 years old. You should be enjoying life. Creating stability in your career
Mhm.
and enjoying
Yeah.
what life has in store for you, especially in the field of relationships. So this is might be something that you want to kind of test the waters, maybe.
Mhm. Have a good
Have
time.
fun. It's
Yep.
part of it is have fun. Are you looking to get married and have kids? Because this is probably not the man for you. But if you're looking to have a good time and he's with it, and he's flying in to come see you, because obviously you don't live close to each other, you live in
Mhm.
different places, then
Mhm.
enjoy it. He might be a sugar daddy, although he's 38. It's not necessarily a sugar daddy. But
But for
obviously
her,
what, huh?
he might be.
Well, he's looking for the right one. So I don't know, and I think that warrants a conversation possibly. What does that mean? He's looking for the right one. Well, what is that? What you
I'm
laughing?
sorry. I just imagine that when she picks him up from the airport, he's gonna look like Ray Charles.
He's 38.
He's gonna be walking like Ray Charles. He's gonna be blind. He's gonna be like touching her arm to see what she looks
I got a woman way over town. For me.
Low blow, B. Low blow. Can I call you B?
He's not that old. I'm just saying,
No.
priorities. What they want, what does she want, and what does he want? Because right
Yeah.
now her mind should be about having a good time, and the right one will gravitate towards her. But this man already has situations upon situations,
He.
and maybe he don't have it. Like he's saying, he doesn't have any baby mama drama, and he shouldn't. He ain't got no babies. These are grown ass kids, really.
Yeah,
So
he bet not. But the thing about one thing with men, I will say, and I'm talking from my personal experience for y'all. If you find yourself with a man who has children, anytime they have children, they have women that they're connected to, be it an ex-wife, whatever it is. These are women that they didn't break up with and they dated in high school and they never talked to again. No, these are women that y'all have to keep up with each other. So all I hear is when I hear kids, I hear another woman in your life. That phone could ring anytime you got to go. Like, so kids is a big deal. Whether or not that you don't have drama with them, that's one thing. But I have to account for other women in your life besides your mother and your sisters. That's what kids say to me. If you have a clean slate, like myself, having a clean slate, live on my own, you know what I'm saying, young, and I'm good, I don't have the same canvas that you have, sir. So you really got to pay to play. You get what I'm saying? Like to really hold my attention, to keep you have to be a good time. You have to be a good time. Because if not, you know, that's what a man loves, because if he dated a woman who was also 38 and she also had 2 kids, you get what I'm saying? He can come out and she can't. It would be a whole, but you are a clean canvas. So I think what I'm trying to say is you don't have to put your time into him. If you really want to keep going, by all means, I'm telling my younger self, you can keep it moving. You don't have to put your time into him at all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a big ocean of men out there. Trust and believe. But if he feels like he wants to take you off the market and that's what y'all come to, then you have to be very clear with what you want. Be very clear, because he's been there, done that already. And he knows he has a clear canvas in you. It's you have a clear, nice canvas. You live on your own, you got no kids, this your place, you pay your own bills, you know what I'm saying? But she already said it. I don't have much sexual experience. I don't have much, dating relationship experience. You think he didn't tap into that shit already? And he's about to have a good time? Oh, you think he didn't? You didn't think he didn't say bingo and put all his chips on the table? I booked my flight on Spirit. I'm coming tomorrow.
You're right.
Please. He you know what I'm saying? And that's OG cat daddy shit. He's on his way. So then you know what? Then you make sure that he's paying to play and he has a good time. And I'm just saying pay to play in terms of, he's showing you a good time. You giving me the time of day is worth it. Thank you for having me. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, and look at him as experience. Look at him like a college course. You're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn today, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Keep him in the cabinet, girl.
There you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
All right.
I think
you got anything else?
No.
Look, Neil Long's mom. You got something to say?
I think we're good.
All right. So speaking of being good, let me tell you what my jam is. It's my jam. I was driving the other day and this song came on, and it doesn't make you turn the channel, it makes you turn it up. Come and Talk to Me, the remix by Jodeci.
Yes, boo, yes.
Okay? So I'm taking you back to, this was off of the 1991 Forever My Lady album. Jodeci, coming out of North Carolina. We got Devontae, Swing, Mr. Dalvin, Casey, and JoJo.
Yes.
They formed a group in 1989, drove up to New York City from North Carolina, and they had their demo tape, and they were ready to sign a deal with Uptown Records. And they were, when I tell you, like a big part of the era, a part of the time, a part of music. Like this song was originally a slow Come and Talk to Me. There was no bitch come over here, bring that fat ass. It was an appropriate way to say, come and talk to me. I really want to meet you. Can I talk to you? I want to know your name. It was just it was just the basic, and the song was hot. Then they remixed it on top of it, and Casey and JoJo, they blow, and Devontae and.
So the remix, you remember who was on the remix?
He was he was rapping. It was Devontae and Mr. Dalvin was rapping.
It was Ghostface and Raekwon.
No, you're thinking about another song.
Okay. Well.
Come and Talk to Me. That was Mr. Dalvin. I'm not Cock Diesel, but
No. Okay.
No. Yeah, they rapped on their own song. Now, unless Flex remixed it again. But yeah, this. Come and Talk to Me.
Okay. I'm thinking.
Give it to me.
That it was Raekwon on there. No.
Come and talk to me, my baby. I really wanna meet.
You're right. It was Freaking You. That was the one. Sorry.
See, they had now Jodeci was the era of they started to make like real sexual music. But again, never cursing, no profanity. Remember the hotel, the hotel, the after party? No, the after party, the hotel. I think that was one of the songs. And that was the point of like, I just remember like, I'm not trying to be no virgin no more.
the Jodeci song did it for you?
It's Devontae Swing. I was like, oh my God.
Man, I used to love, oh my God.
You didn't love Casey and JoJo?
I love Mr. Dalvin and Devontae. No.
Every time I close my eyes.
Like, close them, please. Please.
What do you say? Hennessy. No, you know what I'm talking about? In the tell me how you want it. How does it feel? Coming up, that's it. That's not the song we're singing, but there's a part
man.
where Casey starts singing.
Oh man.
Alizé. That's it. Sorry, y'all. I'm off track with the songs, but you get me. That's my part right there. What? Casey's about to hit it, y'all. What's his part? Alizé. Woo! He sang the hell out of that part. That was my drink back then. Sing it. Casey's your part coming up. Alizé. He killed it in the studio. Oh my gosh. He was. And Jodeci, do you remember the episode of Martin when he went to Varnell Hill show and Jodeci was performing and he was determined to get on stage and you started singing with them and then he started battling with Casey? Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh. He was going back and forth. They were they were a big part of the era. Jodeci.
Mm-hmm. And it was a combination of their names. That's how they came up with the Joe. What is it? JoJo,
JoJo,
Dalvin,
Joe,
Casey,
the Great Brothers,
and Devontae.
And they had the nerve to buy a house in Teaneck.
God knows.
First album.
Right next to y'all.
And you know I was in high school, so shit. You thought it was a problem? Like if I can just get Devontae to look my way, you think I was really thinking I'm 16? Come on now.
Oh man, yeah. You know they would come up to the high school and I was there.
You stay name dropping. You stay telling.
Now I just piggybacked off of what you just said. So
no, I just said they had the nerve to move in Teaneck. That's all I said.
Okay.
You just said a little more.
Anyway.
Good times, Jodeci, good times.
Anyway, that was a good one. Okay, I like that.
My baby.
Yeah, so you know, and is it Casey and is it JoJo that's not doing too well?
JoJo. So he had a stroke apparently
because he has diabetes. So it seemed like he had a
mild stroke.
No, I don't want to say a mild stroke, but during one of the performances, so he had to end it because of his health issue. So, you know, shout out to them because man, you could just tell that they partied real hard in the 90s. That's all I'm gonna say. The 90s and the early 2000s.
I don't know if you remember this. It has to be well over like 10 years. It was so long ago.
Not so long ago, but okay.
So how about I say 15? Let's say 15, maybe 20.
Mm-hmm.
They came to, I think it was like the Soul Train Music Awards, and they had presented one of the awards, and it was Devontae, Dalvin, I think, and only KC, something like that. It wasn't all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And Devontae had on these moon boots.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
And they were like platform moon boots. Oh my God. The platform, no joke, had to be, let's see, if a subway is a foot long, the platform itself had to be like 3 feet.
Like Ronald McDonald shoes.
Yeah, I was like, look at his boots. Look at that. Oh, and it was like, what is did you see? And everybody just talked about his boots forever and ever. I was like, did Eddie? Everybody saw his boots. Because we were so happy to see Jodeci. And we was like, what happened? And he just looked like, like rock and roll, man, rock and roll.
Yeah, that's what I said. They must have partied real hard. So, hopefully they drinking their water and taking their vitamins and getting some fresh air. Because, whew.
Oh, just a sexy time. They brought it.
Wow, that's a good one. I like it. Forever My Lady. All right.
Alizé. Yeah.
Look, y'all, we've come to the end.
Oh.
We'll be back, though. So you can subscribe to That's What I'm Saying, the podcast. Listen to us on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, and watch That's What I'm Saying, the TV show weekdays on Island TV. And also download the Island TV app because we got new episodes coming there soon. And follow us on Instagram at TwizPod. And Shatara, what else do we want all of our TwizPodders to know? What they need to know?
You need to know that if you have a question for the Weekend D Report, you want to advertise with us, then get social with us. DM us on Instagram or Twitter. And as always, thank you for listening. It was a good time. Until next time, peace, love, y'all.
Stay healthy, y'all. Peace.
Bye. Bye.